Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Fam, I'm going to tell you something I tell any damn body. Never stay for a kid. There's so many people out here willing to uh, go through grueling amounts of pain not to break their family up. And you got a woman out there just acting crazy as hell and you dealing with it. And you like, shit, I'm staying for the kids. You're not staying for the kids. You staying because you want to. You destroying your family yourself and trying to say it's all for the kids. Dude, come on. When it's over, run. Do not stay there. A lot of us put up with the disrespect. A woman, calling you out, calling you all these weird ass names, putting you down, making you feel less than. But, a lot of us will put up with it and say, oh, she's just playing. And you know damn well she ain't playing. When somebody hates you, you can't change anything about it. The hate shows up in small ways. They look at you in a way, not because, you're a horrible person. They hate you because you're not the person they thought you was. They thought they could use you. Like, if you ever been with somebody and you were around a family and the family never talked to you, never said a word to you, bruh, you ain't missing shit. When it ends, it ends. You see them somewhere, you don't have to speak. Hell, when we were together, you didn't speak. And this is what I tell anybody. You don't owe shit. If you didn't speak to me in the last, since we've been broken up, or shit, while we were together, why the hell are we talking now? People said, hell, I talked to so many people that say when I seen my ex, she was in the restaurant with her family, and I went over there and I spoke and this and then said, shit, what did you do? I said, I didn't say shit. I wouldn't open my mouth. Fuck it, that's over. Ain't no reason for us to smooth shit over. You didn't like me then. The fuck am I speaking now for, bro? You gotta look at all that. Bro, sometimes I tell people when you end a relationship, sometimes it's a blessing for you to step away from the kids because you got to. You got to heal yourself. The kids will be okay. The kids love mama regardless, but daddy could be the awesomest daddy in the world. Daddy could have carried you through the water, kept you from drowning. Daddy could have cured you of some of your illnesses, could have gave you a damn kidney, could have gave you a, you know, I'm just saying. It's wild how people treat their fathers. And you deal with all that shit, man, and you internalize that shit. This is why when men get out there and they get married again or in other relationships and they had kids with other people, this is why they spend more time with those kids, and those other kids get mad saying he wasn't that type of father to me. He wasn't that type of father to you because your mama didn't let it, and you wouldn't let it your damn self. So why should he have changed? I see people taking their new kids on trips and shit. They all around the world, and the old kids getting mad. What are you mad for? You didn't even want to talk to the motherfucker. Now all of a sudden he living his best life with somebody else. You upset. You like, man, I could have been over there, getting all these benefits. You know what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda, man. After a while, people get tired of your ass. They get tired of all that wishy-washy nonsense, man. Dude, like I said, you don't owe nobody nothing, but everybody owe you something. Don't you ever forget that. You are somebody. I have to sit here and say this because, dude, people be like, who do you be talking to, bro? I be talking to everybody. Everybody going through some shit out here. Some shit that I've been through. People say, hey, women know a simp when they see one. Not every man comes out of alpha. And I'm going to be honest, man. You know what? You learn. You don't have to be an alpha male because, dude, that shit don't come off right either. My whole thing is you just got to be you. Put it like this. Maybe the first or second relationship, you don't learn what you need to learn. But sometimes in that third one, you learn and be like, I don't want this no more. I don't want no parts of this. I don't want a person that can't do absolutely nothing for me. People may look at you and be like, man, that sounds bad. No, it don't. Why would you put up with somebody who can't do a damn thing for you, but expect everything from you? This is what a lot of people don't understand. They think men are just chumps and we just sit here and take shit. Bro, you don't have to take nothing. You don't have to deal with nothing. You can make everything the way you want it and keep moving. And this is what I recommend for everybody. Pay attention. Some of these people mean you the world of harm. Some people mean you the world of good. You know, my thing is, and I was telling my son when he was younger, just like I was telling my nephews, do not get in the first relationship, you know, where you meet a girl, y'all get together and, you know, you just, man, I got her, man. I'm going to be in a relationship. We was in a relationship all through high school. Then we was in a relationship all through college. And I said, yeah, that was bad. Why would that be bad? I said, now y'all not together. Now you don't know any damn thing else. You never experienced any damn thing else. This is why it's so hard. You should already know what the hell you like. You should be able to know this is not what I want. That ain't what I want. This is why I say those long-term relationships when you're young are bad. Because they teach you to put up with shit. You know, sometimes, you know, even when people telling you this is not a good look, man, you might want to run. You might want to stay out of it. No, man, I love her. You don't know her like I do, man, because you know me. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, man. But, you know, you not paying attention to me, man, because I'm happy and I'm going to be happy the way I am. Dude, I'm going to tell you something. In the beginning, you don't always meet the person. This is why I tell you, vet that person. You can marry a person in 4 months and shit don't mean nothing. You can marry a person in 4 months and it means everything. Some people align with you and some don't. Some people will bend over backwards for you, just like you will for them. That's when you know you with somebody. Man, when people are playing with you, man, they don't give a damn. They don't care about what you're talking about. They're looking at you like, man, let me see what else I could get out of him. You ain't paying no attention. Pay attention. Not everybody want to see you thrive. Some people want to see you fail. Some people want to see you fall. Some people don't want to see you do any damn thing, man, because they don't like you in that way. You think all the people that you have dated or been in relationships with or married want you? No. They see a benefit in you. Sometimes they see potential. And these people try to exploit that. Like, soon as you get with them, this is why I say, man, you may find that single women, you know, single mothers are good, and, you know, it ain't nothing bad about it. But if you already know she's struggling, you know you going to go in paying for shit, fixing shit, helping for the kid, and soon as you get there, I can't pay my rent. Fuck you was going to do before me. And my friend said, yeah, you met a girl like that. I remember, man. What happened? I said, shit, I lost that phone number. You know, block that shit. Bro, look, I just met you 2 days ago and you talking about you can't pay your rent. Shit, you ain't the one for me. Yo, look, I'm real with it, bro. I ain't trying to be no captain out here. I'm going to tell you something. Bro, don't ever let these women fool you and have you thinking that, you know, you supposed to be, you know, the savior, man. Because a woman would do some shit to you that is so wrong. She will actually, you know, if you're not careful, destroy you. Because you don't see it, man. You know, a lot of us don't see the writing on the wall. We don't see the subtle disrespect or the shift in behavior. This is why you got to stay on top of that shit. And I hate to say it, sometimes you got to keep some of that shit that happened to you in other relationships up here just a little bit. You got to let it live up there, you know, to notice, dude, hey, I remember this happened in that relationship. I remember it happening in this one. No, that ain't good. I need to stay away. This is why I tell people, don't be so invested in a person. I'm 100% in. No, you could be like, I'm 70 or 80% in. You know what? And I'm going to keep that other 20 for myself so I can pay attention. Dude, you got to always pay attention. Loving somebody is good, but you got to make sure you are good because you could be taken advantage of, bro. There's so much shit that, you know, people don't understand. You know, like I said, there's so much shit happening. God will guide you through whatever it is that you need to be guided through, man. You just got to be patient. Things happen for a reason. God stops something to make sure this ain't the only thing that this is working on. It needs to work on something else. And you know what? That's a good thing. I'm telling you. You know, when you think you know everything, you truly don't. This is why I do these videos, because a lot of guys sit here and be like, man, I wish somebody actually told me to leave. I wish somebody actually told me not to do that. I wish somebody ever told me, don't stay for the kids, man. You know, the kids, I got 4 more years and this and that, and them 4 years, you putting up with so much of disrespect. She bringing motherfuckers home, doing weird shit, and you like, damn, dude, people have no respect for you. Man, please. I hear people tell me, yeah, you know, my mom and dad, they divorced. But my mama live upstairs in the building and my dad lived downstairs and my mama be bringing guys over. I said, man, you lost your damn mind. I said, that building be sold. I be gone. Look, I be somewhere else. I don't know why people sit there and put up with that shit. Then say it's about family. That ain't about family, man. Disrespect is never about family. Disrespect is something you want to do and something you want to put forward because that's what you want. Learn to love yourself. Remember that. But to later, fam, peace out.